Right, I'm coming on. Just have to make sure all the connections are going. Alright, coming on. guys. Right. Thanks for tuning in today. I just had some stuff on my mind. So my name is Lisa Phillips. A lot of you guys know me through my real estate investing. I was blessed with the abilities to be able to really help people bridge the gap between poverty and prosperity with real estate investing. That is a gift I know now. I was given that so that I can make the impact I'm here to make. And another things are I've been deepening my spiritual abilities, and I am just the same with real estate investing. I am urged. I can't do anything but share it with everyone out there in the world who is willing to listen on how they can use this in their own life. My life looks completely different now. And some of this is just acknowledging we all have spiritual gifts and ability. I'm talking to you. You have them too. And it's amazing. It's straight up 3D. Now, I've done videos on how you're a co-creator and a power of intention. Go ahead and watch those videos when you get a moment, because basically everything I'm about to say is predicated on that. So power of intention. And the way I have this information, so let you know where I got the spiritual knowledge from. Half of this is through my own work, meditation, but half of this is through channeling. I can channel angels, so I can ask big, deep questions and get an answer, right? It's like a whisper in the back of my mind, but it comes through very clearly. That's how I know that when I asked what one of my purposes was, it was to bridge the gap, to help people bridge the gap between poverty and prosperity. Trust that I don't speak like that. So those weren't my words, right? I was just like, but that is what I was urged to do and what I'm good at. I'm good at like learning how to make money and generate it. It's not a big deal to me, but I also am good at teaching it. And those were gifts given to me. So I can make this impact and create this and help those who are willing to be helped. And also in the spiritual realms, I do have the abilities to have these powers. And I know that other people talk about spirituality, but I don't like how they talk about it. They don't talk about racism. They don't talk about privilege. They don't talk about how you can actually use it. It's supposed to be, oh, come from love. What does that mean? Right? And F that. I can't use that. So I asked, what does that mean? Right? I channeled it. And then I found out they're using the words, but they don't understand the meaning. So when I say, I help people uncover their soul truth or their truth, what does truth mean? Truth means in words that we understand. When they talk about your truth, they're talking about your spirit. When they're talking about speak from your heart, they're talking about speak from your spirit and soul. And there's a different nuance to that, right? Because when I speak from my soul, it may not be, everything is love and light, but it will be truth to what my soul is. Now, your soul and my soul are compassionate and loving and knowledgeable at its source, but my soul is also a warrior soul. So when they don't get this terminology right or explain it right, you can't use it. And so everything I'm about right now is using it, and I use this in my everyday life. So to summarize the stuff about intention and co-creation, so you understand what I'm talking about now, how you can use those same gifts to bless yourself, your others, any event you go to, people on the street. You can also deal with racist situations, which are annoying as fuck, right? And can be dangerous. And I want you all to do this. Like, just give it a shot. Like, try it. I know it'll work. We all have this same ability. And I'm just one who's going to go like, you need to do this. You need to do this now. Our lives have been filled with so much struggle and doubt, and it does not have to be like that. And the one thing that we had that kept us that equaled the playing field, they made fun of. We're supposed to make fun of the fact that, like, Miss Cleo and psychics. You're supposed to make fun of the fact that you have a spirit. I mean, how did they convince us of that? How did they do that, right? How did religion stamp that out of us that we are connected to the source? So let me just briefly go over intention, and then let me briefly go over co-creation so it makes sense on how you can use these ideas and actively address these issues when you come up against them. So the power of intention. So, and how I got this knowledge, I channeled myself, I channel angels, and I also, one of my soul gifts is divine wisdom, I found. And when you have divine wisdom as your soul gift, that means you're just instinctively and unerringly, 80% of the time without any outside help needed, know what to do. You're guided by your soul. You're guided by the source. You're connected. Those instincts are spot on. And there's sometimes when you don't, and that's when you need to ask your higher self for help with that. And so let me start with that. So the power of intention. The power of intention is when you say an intention, it holds a space. So I intend to go to the store and be out in 10 minutes. You're not just saying that, but everything will line up so you find everything you need you will get in the line that doesn't have a lot of people to help that happens. The power of intention and stating your intentions is powerful. One, it has to do because you have free will. So you have your spirit guides all around you. You have 5 to 7 of them around you right now, waiting to hear what they can help. They're helpless to help you. You're struggling. You don't ask them for help. When you state the power of intention, they're allowed to act on your behalf. Free will is a big thing, but they don't help unless you ask. That's why the biggest thing out there is asking, ye shall receive. Oh, I love you, baby.
Sauce. I got sauce.
I know. Let me finish this up, okay? All right, so that is the power of intention. My little boo-boo, it's time for her nap, so I'm going to hurry this up. So when you state an intention, they are now allowed to act on your free will. So all your spirit guides and guardian angels can actually help and make that. So they'll guide you to the right places. You'll get everything you need and you'll be out. I use the power of intention every single day on everything. It could be like not to spill this or what. Okay, so that's power of intention. I have a longer video on it if you want to go into it. Co-creation. When you ask the angels or your guides for help or assistance, show me and guide me to what I need to do to manifest X. It could be money, this, a good outcome, a great time. Also through the free will, you're now asking them to guide you, and what they will do is they'll send you inspiration, things you haven't even thought of. Right? Because you can't, because you're human. You're not connected. You're not as cognizant of the sort unless you do this work to really be connected to your spirit. What happens is you're co-creating. So when I ask that, so not only will they say, hey, Lisa, go do a Facebook Live, they'll also go, but I'm also going to get the 20 people who are aligned with you and who need to hear this, and it's in their highest good to work with you and you to work with them. Make sure they see this as well. And those people will be like, for some reason, I feel like going to Facebook. It is a co-creation process. And the reason I know, like I said, I've asked, I was like, oh, I noticed they brought the right people. As long as I did this, they do it. It's a co-creation. And so I use that every day. There's not a day go by in which I'm not asking my spirit guides or my angels for something for that day. Okay. And I'm working on big things. And so I got a lot to do. Right? So that's co-creation and intentions. Let's see how you can use your spiritual gifts to bless people. Now, everyone has free will, but if it's for their highest good, you can give them a blessing or ask the angels on their behalf. So let's see who'd like to step forward today. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Gabriel or Ariel, call on them when you want. Archangel Michael as well. If you're out and about, I will go into a house when I'm in a hotel or a new house, and I will ask Archangel Michael to transmute all the energy in the house to divine love and light that is in divine love and light. Right? And I can literally feel it taking place. I can feel energy. And if you did this for a few months, you can feel it too. You can feel the lifting and this. You'll look over at whoever you're in the house with, and for some reason, they'll be laughing and joking and a little bit more loose. They don't know that you just changed the entire energy with your gift to communicate with a thought the entire proceedings. And I'm sorry if that sounds crazy to you. Try it at your work. Try it at home. Just don't try to go too large of an area. I did one where I was like, I want you to do it for the whole world. I did not realize. I was like tired for 2 days. So during the co-creation process, you will get tired because it's a use of your energy in the physical world as well as theirs. And I like slept for 2 days. So don't do that once you understand this. And I didn't know. I guess I had to walk into it because I'm big. You know, my goals are big. And so try it out. Try it now. Try it in your car. And I use that. I'll go to the park and say, transmute all the energy in this park to divine love and light. And all of a sudden, you'll just notice an uptick of people talking and loving and laughing, even if it's in like the South where I am, where it can be really segregated and it's class stratified. I do it everywhere I go. It could be events and sporting goods. And so I wanted to tell you about this because you are a co-creator. Just say the words. Remove the skepticism, say the words, see the results. So I do it when I went to houses or any new hotel. And you're literally, because you're open to your spiritual gifts, you're changing everyone's trajectory, right? And at the end of the day, if it's for their highest good, it'll take effect, but you're not supposed to force your will. So it is a fine line. So I only do what's good. So if I see people on the street and they look like they're struggling, I will literally ask Gabriel, because I know he's there, I'm connected. circle them in divine love and light so that they know that they have an abundant day, a blessed day, deepen their connection to abundance. I do the longest prayers for people on the streets now. It's like, if you see me staring at you, I'm probably doing you a prayer, and I want to just put everything in it because I'm not going to see you again. And I'll say, wrap them up in divine love and light, help cleanse their aura, raise their vibration, help them understand clearly what their spiritual path and purpose, and know that they are loved. Or have, if they look poor, like deepen their connection to have an extremely abundant day. I don't know what happens after that. I just know I do this long thing and I know it works, right? Just like I know when I'm at a gym and I do transmute all this energy to divine love and light, how the whole atmosphere changes to a more festive because they don't understand their energy they walked into was pure love. Right. And so I wanted to talk about, like, even I went to this part of town the other day when I was in Richmond. I didn't know anything about the part of town. I just know I had a restaurant called Shrimps that was good, and I got there. It was like a sketchy part of town, just a lot of drug dealers and crackheads. And I didn't know that because Yelp doesn't tell you that, right? Like, you just go. And, you know, I would have been like, ugh, but I was like, yeah, it's okay. But I know I can transmute energy. So I was like, hey, within this 5 blocks, transmute that energy of divine love. Michael, please protect my car, protect me. My intention is to go into here unmolested, have a great time, and leave. So I did it, and I walked with faith, right? Even the guy looking at me, he didn't even say hi. He was just looking at me. And of course, I did a blessing to surround him in divine love and light so he could see his purpose and raise his vibration. And I left and I went in and I transmitted the energy in there as I always do. And all of a sudden, everybody's talking to each other, talking to me, you know, and I leave and the power is perfectly fine. And that could have been just because, but I mean, you know, when you walk into a crazy situation. So I walked with God on that one. Not that I would do that full-heartedly, because if I got an impression like, no, don't stay here, I would leave, because I follow that instinct as well. Because you got to follow that as well as like, no, but I know I set it up for success. And if something would have happened, I know at this point to ask why, right? Oh, if someone broke into my car and grabbed some money, I'm wondering why that happened when I set this intention. And I would channel on that and ask, why did this happen when I set this intention? And I will find out that, hey, you also ignored this when we told you to not go there. You know, like I'll get those answers and that clarity later. And so I want you to know you can do this. And in racist situations, I know, oh man, I know. So there's different types of racism, right? There's like nigger, right? But the majority of racism we deal with is unconscious bias, right? It's like I'm waiting in line, and when it's my turn, there was white people in front of me. When it's my turn, that's when the guy decides to take a break, right? When the black person there, because we can wait, but his white customers can't. Or when we're waiting in line and like white people get, you know, when I'm there and some black people, it's fine. When white people get there, then all of a sudden they open up another line. But it wasn't worth that to them to open it when it was just black people. That's what we deal with every day. And if you have a problem with that, don't come on my page talking to me. You need to educate yourself about unconscious bias and implicit bias, right? Before you talk to me, because I will dog you out if you try to come to me with that and you don't take the time to educate yourself about the 80% of racism we got to deal with, right? Okay? Got it? Don't play with me. Or I will block you. All right? Because you need to educate yourself. At this moment, that's not my job. I can talk to you about real estate investing. I can talk to you about spirituality. I'm not going to talk to any white person about implicit bias when they can Google that stuff for 2 minutes and learn what they need to learn. Right? So I remember that happened. Like I got to this restaurant the other day and I'm there. I get a menu. This other white woman pulls up. She gets a menu and her order taken. And I'm in a hurry. So I'm noticing all of this. And so, of course, I turned to the white woman and was like, wow, you got your stuff already? Because I know I'm sitting here. And I did it to her on purpose because I feel like it's up to us to bring white people who are privileged in a racist encounter to understand that they are. Because I wanted her to know that you got served before me even though I was here longer and I'm right next to you, right? Because that works more than attacking or telling the waiter that. And then, you know, and so I was annoyed, which is annoying as fuck, but I've gotten so good at knowing that I can control myself and what powers and abilities I have through intention and being connected that I simply went, okay, my intention here is to get served gracefully and good with a smile. But all these servers, I want the best service I ever got. And this is what I was talking about, the racist situations, because I know if I pull over a cop, I'll make the same intention and he won't even know what's happening. But I know my spirit guides and angels will be working with his spirit guides and angels, and we working with other spirit guides and make sure the right person comes by or the right thought comes by or the right cop message comes by that maybe distracts him if he's not open to that, you know, that highest good. And I remember I said, that's what I wanted. And You know, it's funny because I was getting in that annoyed mode as we get. But then I was like, I just don't want to deal with this right now. And there might be a time when I don't, but honestly, the more you get into this and more know you can co-create your life, you really don't. You just go, just change it to this. And I remember I got served so well after that. Everything was perfect. And I was like, all right, bye. And so it is an understanding that you have that ability in the middle of a situation that is going in a direction you do not want to put it in the direction you do not want by taking 1 second to just set an intention for what you do want, not for them to stop. So I did not say I want her to do this. I did not say I want this white woman to do this. I said, I want this encounter to be like this. And so much of like this racial discussions, I was trying to, let white people know what kind of implicit bias it was. And I realized that's not my job to help them become better, more spiritually enlightened, or take the time to do it. But it is my job to understand my gifts and abilities and how I can use what I know to create the life I want. Even that includes other people. Do you see that nuance? So I know if I get in the cops, I know if it's in a riot situation that I'm there, or I know anything that I'm going to change the energy, I'm going to set an intention for the outcome. I'm going to set a blessing and prayer for everyone there with the angels to amplify the message. So it's a blessing, but you can amplify it, right? That's what the angels can do. So I just wanted to go over into using the power of intention, and even in racist or bad or good situations, always, and co-create your world. And so if you can do this, it's really going to be a whole other ball game for you and everyone involved. So I hope that was helpful. I'll look and see if there's any questions anyone might have. Come on, Facebook. Facebook's been acting up lately. Any questions? Anything you need me to channel for you? All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope this made sense, and I will be back with another one in a few minutes. All right. Bye.